Getting logged into HighLevel shouldn't be so difficult, but sometimes there's an issue or a conflict or just kind of like a little paradox you get stuck in there. So I want to show you some of the best ways to troubleshoot this and get you into the system and eliminate whatever issues are happening over there. The best way that I know of is actually to use a little known backdoor to HighLevel. It's beta.gohighlevel.com. So a lot of the times when we're having issues with logins, it could be cookies related or something like in our cache around our domain that we've been logging into, or it could relate to a custom script that we're running inside of there and we need to remove. The cool thing is that beta.gohighlevel.com typically strips away some of those potential conflicts, and usually you haven't logged in here before. Sometimes it used to get you early access into there. Now it just serves as an extra backdoor to get in sort of like a clean login there. So you just literally type into beta.gohighlevel.com. The login screen will look the same as what you're already used to, and it should let you log in completely. I'll talk about two other issues that could be going on that there isn't a great solution for, but I'll just tell you how we interface with it. So one is you've accidentally changed the login information for your user. And so inside of the settings, this is agency settings here, and then it's company, and then there's a security or this advanced option here. This has to do with the session timeout. So by default, it's going to be on the sooner side. You can extend this to never, or you could have this be super rapid, like every 15 minutes. And that means if someone has been inactive in the system for that length of time, it literally logs you out and requires you to do the two-factor authentication process again. If you feel like this is happening too soon, I'd encourage you to maybe lengthen it out a few days. It's, call it the least secure version of this if you set it to never, but just consider for your own security there. And so the reason why they have this session timeout is, imagine you granted access to someone and then you revoked access to them. If they're logged in the system, it doesn't like kick them out. And so that's why they have this sort of session timeout that resets and kind of reestablishes that you're supposed to have access in here. But that also does require your two-factor authentication to happen again. And so if you have a phone connected to your account user and an email connected to your account user, that will give you two options. It could text you the code or it could email you the code. But there has been situations where someone will accidentally opt out of that number that the code is sent from, and then therefore they can't get the code again. And so my encouragement then is just to use whichever option that you have. If it's your email that's changed and you no longer have access to your email, that's why it can be helpful to have a secondary admin inside of the account. This is one of the functions that we serve on the HLPT side of it. It's like we're in there as a support arm and infrastructure, but we also can insulate from those sort of errors from happening. We also can expedite and fast track the conversation with HighLevel's own support. And so if you have that situation where your email has changed, you don't have access to it, my encouragement is to hop on to live Zoom support with HighLevel, because if you go through some of the other asynchronous methods like email or chat, it can take a very long time. Whereas inside of the Facebook group, you can get a notice or a link to the live Zoom call, get on the call, wait as long as it takes, and just explain to them clearly, my email is incorrect. And I need to have that email updated in the system there. And so it will require a couple extra steps of verification from like a billing perspective. But if you are the account owner, you can actually have them do that and help you with that. But like I said, I would not try to do it via email or via live chat support. But those are the two common issues that we have. Is either there's a bad script. And so to get back to that, it's inside of the white label settings there. You have this custom JavaScript. We do custom stuff like that all the time. We troubleshoot it and run it on thousands of accounts, so we know it's going to work well. But sometimes you accidentally put something in there that you did not intend to, and it will break either the login process or restyle it in a way that you can't actually get logged in. And that's where beta.gohighlevel.com is a cool, clean way to access the system and avoid those issues. If this was helpful, drop me a like. Let me know if there's any other issues you're going. Post it in the comments, and I'll respond to every single one of those. And if you want, I got another cool deep dive on everything HighLevel AI going on, and I'll give you that video here.